Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Brooke getting an earful while not sure what to do. Still, it's been to be with Ridge Forrester. If there's one thing that Brooke Logan has wanted since council, she has had that want granted numerous times over the times and is with him now. Still, how long can it last when Ridge now hates her precious youngish son? There was a time when Ridge was raising Hope Logan as his own and she called him Pater. Now he believes she's this fury who befuddlements men in her web and makes them do fully out-of-character effects. Look at the effects Thomas Forrester did, all in the name of his love for Hope. Now Carter Walton has done the same. As Brooke listens to Eric Forrester and Ridge rage against Hope, she has a decision to make. Does she defend Hope and threat losing Ridge, or does she realize that perhaps they're right and Hope is the one who did a terrible, no good thing then? Occasionally parents have to admit when their kiddies squinch up, indeed if that sprat is a grown up. Well, Spencer isn't relatively sure if he can trust Remy Price. There's commodity about the Joe that rubs Will the wrong way, and he can't relatively put his cutlet on it. Elector Forrester seems to trust the Joe, but her trust might be deceived. Will is shocked when he learns that Remy now has a job at Il Giordano and Deacon Sharp supports the youthful man. When Will questions Deacon, the aged man is forced to defend himself. He likes giving people a chance and needs the help. So far, Remy is working out great and he doesn't see what Will's problem is. When Remy realizes that Will doesn't trust him, does that mean that Will needs to watch his reverse? It's clear Remy isn't who he seems to be. Steffy Forrester has eaten her food with a tableware ladle since her preface on Bold and the Beautiful decades ago. But, with Carter Walton and Hope Logan running Forrester Creations, Steffy can kiss all of that farewell. Queen Steffy is going to learn the hard way how to treat her workers, thanks to Carter and Hope. Whether you're or are an addict of Steffy Forrester, you can't deny that she has been abusing her power at Forrester Creations and made some questionable choices. Firing Hope Logan will come back to suck. Steffy Forrester, according to all new Bold and Beautiful spoilers. Now that Carter Walton is her master at Forrester Creations, it's only a matter of time before he gives her a cure of her own drug. Steffy's war with Hope seems to be the route of all wrong on the CBS cleaner, but being victorious is going to bring her. Steffy Forrester will be jobless, and there's a veritably real chance that will be courtesy of her new master, Carter Walton. There's also a chance that Steffy Forrester will quit FC, and refuse to return to the office and work for Carter Walton. Steffy seems to have a habit of running down when she doesn't get what she wants. Will Queen Steffy pack up her kiddies and skip city again? The intriguing aspect of Carter and Hope's preemption is of course, the fashion house's finances. Still, will she have any plutocrat? Or will Carter find a way to indurate the family's finances too? If Steffy quits her job at Forrester Creations and walks out on her family and their company, the Forresters need to put their thinking caps on and come up with a way to fight back. Since Justin Barber has verified he can't help, perhaps Eric Forrester and the others need to explore further than just legal strategies. After all, Carter Walton got down in the slush first by tricking Ridge Forrester and Steffy Forrester with those LLC papers. Steffy and Ridge allowed. They could trust Carter, so they inked without realizing they were giving up control of Forrester Creations. Now that Carter is in charge, he has no intention of surrendering power anytime soon. Carter intends to run the company with Hope Logan by his side and apply all the changes he wants. Since nothing differently is working, should Eric, Steffy, and Ridge communicate a dirty move of their own? We can suppose of one way to throw Carter for a circle, and it involves Eric faking a medical reversal. Let's not forget it hasn't been that long since Eric had one bottom in the grave. Eric nearly lost his life due to a serious illness back in 2023, so maybe that story could come important now. Everyone's shocked when Eric collapsed at his party, so perhaps it's time for Eric to give a reprise performance. This time around, Eric could simply pretend to ship over while Carter and Hope watch in horror. Between Eric's last illness and the heart attacks he suffered from in the history, It'd be easy for Eric to move hope and Carter that his health has been derailed. John Finnegan presumably wouldn't be willing to help with a plot like this, but Lee Finnegan just might. Maybe Steffy could rope Lee into the scheme and get some help dealing Eric's medical trouble. Eric might go as far as getting himself rehabilitated just for the facade. The Forrester clan could use a situation like this to guilt-trip Carter into giving up control. Hope might feel just as terrible and prompt Carter to indeed drop all this before Eric's health gets any worse. Once everything was inked and functionary, that's when Eric could pull a gotcha and reveal that he's impeccably fine. It'd be a good way for Eric, Steffy, and Ridge to spin effects around on Hope and Carter in the end. The Forresters will have to make some updates to their tactics sooner or laterly, so stick with us for further prognostications on any sneaky moves and stunning news. Remy Price, to not inform Will Spencer about his plans. This causes Deacon Sharp to defend himself. Meanwhile, Brooke Logan is torn as Eric Forrester and Ridge Forrester rage against Hope Logan. Keep reading and let's talk about what's coming up in the coming occasion of the CBS Cleaner pieces. Remy makes a bold move. It's teased that Remy keeps his plans from Will. Supposedly, this causes some kind of problem because Cleric gets attacked for it. Now, in a Skulk Peep print, Elektra is standing at an office at Forrester Creations. Elektra is talking to Remy, who's standing in front of her. On the office is a pizza box from Il Giardino. Will can be seen, he's off to the side. Will looks concerned as he watches Remy and Elektra, however. Now, Will and Elektra have plans to watch a scary movie together. Remy probably will find out about the plans and ever block. Since Remy is fixated on Elektra, he doesn't want her to get any nearer to Will than she formerly has. Remy formerly told Elektra he could presumably get her a reduction. Perhaps Remy lies and says Deacon had him shoot over a pizza. Remy might suggest that he got a free pizza from work and wanted to hang out with Elektra. That will presumably be at the same time as Elektra's date with Will, however. Or, Remy could lie and say Will transferred in the order or commodity like that. It supposedly dislocations Will and he goes to defy Cleric. That leads to Deacon being forced to defend himself. Ridge will continue raging against Hope over Forrester Creations. Meanwhile, Brooke will be torn. Brooke is trying to cover her relationship with Hope as well as Ridge. Still, at some point, Brooke is going to be forced to pick a side. Remy Price to keep commodity from Will Spencer. This forces Deacon Sharp to defend himself. Over at Forrester Creations, Brooke Logan feels equivocal as Ridge Forrester and Eric Forrester rage against Hope Logan. Remy commits some further deception. It's teased that Remy doesn't tell Will about his plans. Supposedly, this causes issues because Cleric ends up being forced to defend himself. So, this must have commodity to do with Il Giardino. In a print, Elektra Forrester stands at her office, Will is out to the side and looks concerned as he watches the commerce. Will and Elektra talk about their forthcoming movie date. Still, it's veritably possible that Remy throws a wrench into these plans. That might be what Remy does that angers Will. When Deacon is forced to defend himself, Remy could be brazened. Cleric wouldn't like that Remy has caused issues with guests, including a family he knows. Of course, Remy will probably come up with a clever cover story. Cleric might want to get relief of Remy. Sheila Carter Sharp might step by and move Cleric to give Remy another shot. Sheila is going to want the verity from Remy, however.